Hello my dear students, today we are going to do the last part of probability, that is Bayes theorem. Is that clear? So let us try to understand what is Bayes theorem. Again, I'll just give you an example to explain this particular theorem. Then once you understand this, then we can apply Bayes theorem for different formulas which satisfy the criteria. So what Bayes theorem specifically says is, suppose there are n number of events, E1, E2, E3, E4, En. Let us, to make you all understand, I'll just take three events, E1, E2 and E3. Got it? And there is a common event E. There is a common event E. Common event E. Then I can find the probability of getting E1 or E2 or E3 provided E has already occurred. So I can find the probability of E1 slash E, or I can find the probability of E2 slash E, or I can find the probability of E3 slash E. So this is called Bayes theorem. Once again, what is Bayes theorem? If three events are given and there is a common event, then I can find the probability of E1, E2 or E3 provided the common event has already occurred. I can give you an example. Okay, so this is somewhat similar to theorem of total probability. Just imagine there are three bags. Bag A, bag B and bag C. So bag A is E1, bag B is E2 and bag C is E3. Suppose I draw a red ball. A red ball can be taken out from bag A, bag B or bag C. So the red ball is the common event. So if I ask you what is the probability of drawing a red ball, then that is called theorem of total probability, because you have to find the probability of the common event. But if the question says a red ball is drawn, that means you know the ball drawn is red, I have to find the probability that the ball drawn is come from either the bag A, bag B or bag C. Then we use then we use Bayes theorem. Is that clear? So I'll just give you an example. Suppose this is bag A, bag B and bag C, and this is a common event. Let us say a red ball, and I have to find the probability that the red ball is drawn from bag A, that means E1. And to find probability of E1 slash E, the formula is going to be this down will be the theorem of total probability. What was theorem of total probability? Probability of E1 into probability of E slash E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of E slash E2, and finally probability of E3, because there are three events. If there are only two events, then only these two will be there, into probability of E slash E3, and in the numerator you have to write whichever event they tell you to find. In this case E1, so you write this. If they say E2, then this will be the numerator. If they say E3, then this will be the numerator. So since this is E1, so it's going to be probability of E1 into probability of E slash E1. So this is called Bayes theorem. Similarly, you can find probability of E2 slash E, or you can find probability of E3 slash E. The denominator is going to be same, only the numerator will change. For E2, it's going to be E2 slash E slash E2, E3, E slash E3. Is that clear? Okay, now let us solve a few problems. I have taken an ISC question, ISC 2019, question ISC 2019. So the question says, given three identical bags, boxes A, B and C. So there are three boxes A, B and C. So this is your A, this is your B and this is your C. Box A contains two gold and one silver coin. Box B contains one gold and two silver coin, and box C contains three silver coins. A person chooses a box at random, that means he can choose any box, isn't it? And takes out a coin. If the coin drawn is silver, that means the common event. So E1 is box A, E2 is box B and E3 is box C. So the common event E is the silver coin. Silver coin. Why common event? Because the silver coin can be taken out from E1 or E2 or E3. Is that clear? If the coin drawn is silver, that means you have drawn a coin and that is silver, find the probability that it has been drawn from the box which has the remaining two coins also of silver. That means which box are they talking about? If I draw one silver, how many silvers are left? 0. So not this box, because two silver coins must be left. If I draw one silver, so one silver is left, not this box. And if I draw one silver, then two silver coins will be left. So they are asking us to find the probability that the silver coin which you have drawn has come from bag C. That means they are telling us to find, they are asking us to find probability of E3/E. That means probability of getting a silver coin from box C. Is that clear? So tell me the formula of probability of E3/E. This is just to explain it to you. So first let me find probability of E1. E1 is box A. So how many boxes are there? There are 3 boxes. Out of 3 boxes, I have to choose one. So that can be done in 1/3 ways. Probability of E2 will be equal to 1/3, and probability of E3 will also be equal to 1/3, because there are 3 boxes. I have to choose one. Next, probability of E/E1. What is E/E1? These are directly from the formula. I'll just write down the formula for you. Probability of E3/E. What is the formula? This is Bayes' theorem. I told you the denominator will be theorem of total probability. That is probability of E1 into probability of E/E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of E/E2 and probability of E3 into probability of E/E3. So since I have to find E3, so in the numerator you have probability of E3 into probability of E/E3. So what is probability of E/E1? What is E? E is a silver coin, and what is E1 from box 1? How many silver coins are there? Only one. So I have to choose one. So this becomes 1C1 divided by total is how many coins are there? 3. So out of 3 I have to choose one. So this becomes 1/3. Next, probability of E/E2. So what is E? A silver coin from box B. How many silver coins are there? 2. So this is going to be 2C1 divided by total is 3C1, that is also equal to 2/3. And finally, what is this probability of E/E3? A silver coin from box C. How many silver coins are there? 3. So it's going to be 3C1 divided by total is 3. So 3C1 divided by 3C1, that is equal to 1. Now we simply put the value. So what is probability of E3? That is 1/3 into what is probability of E/E3? That is 1. Divide the whole thing by probability of E1. What is probability of E1? 1/3 into probability of E/E1 is again 1/3 plus probability of E2 is 1/3 into probability of E/E2 is 2/3 plus probability of E3 is 1/3 into probability of E/E3 is 1. So you simplify this, and when you simplify this, you are going to get the answer as 1/2. So this is the probability that the silver coin drawn from the third bag is 1/2. So there is a half 50-50 chance that the silver coin which I have already drawn comes from bag C. So this question was 2019. So before I move on to the next question, let me explain it one more time. So once again, what is Bayes' theorem? 3 events or 2 events will be given, E1, E2 and E3. A common event will be given, and they will tell you to find the probability of E1, E2 or E3 such that the common event has already occurred. So in this case there are 3 boxes A, B and C. So E1 box A, E2 box B and E3 box C. From there I have drawn a coin, and that is a silver coin. That means a silver coin has already been drawn. So I have to find the probability that the silver coin is drawn from bag C. How did I come to know that is bag C? Because it was mentioned in the question that once the silver coin is drawn, there are 2 more silver coins left in that particular box, and that happens only with box C. So that is how I came to know that I have to find the probability of E3/E. So this is Bayes' theorem, a very important topic. from probability, and most of the times you are going to get a question from Bayes' theorem. So let us move on to the next question. Let us move on to the next question. You need not worry about the question, okay? Because I am sending you the PDF of this, PDF of the Bayes' theorem, so the question will be there only. Okay, next question. Next question, question number 2. So, an insurance company insured 600 scooter, 300 car drivers and 9,000 truck drivers. The probability of an accident involving a scooter or a car or a truck driver is 0.02, 0.06 and 0.30. One of the insured person meets with an accident. Find the probability that it is a car driver. So there are 3 events again. So E1 is a scooter rider, so there are 600 of them, and E2 is a car driver, there are 3,000 of them, and E3 is a truck driver, there are 9,000 of them. Is that clear? So what is the common event? The common event is one of them accident, meets with an accident. So meets with an accident. So isn't this the common event? Because any one of them can meet with an accident. So the probability that the scooter rider meets with an accident is 0.02. The probability that the car driver meets with an accident is 0.06, and the probability that the truck driver meets with an accident is 0.30. So this is given. So let me read the last part again. One of the insured person meets with an accident. So accident has happened. He has already occurred. Find the probability that he is a car driver. Car driver means what? E2. So they are telling us to find probability of E2/E. That means probability that the car driver will meet with an accident. Is that clear? So let us do it. So what is the probability? You know the formula. So what is the probability that the insured person is a scooter rider? So probability is favorable divided by total. So how many scooter riders are there? 6,000 divided by total. How many people are there? 6,000 plus 3,000 is 9,000 plus 9,000 is 18,000. So that will come to 6 ones are 6, 6 threes are 18. So what is the probability that the insured person is a car driver? So 3,000 divided by 18,000, it's 1 by 6. And finally, what is the probability that he is a truck driver? E3, it's 9,000 divided by 18,000, that is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, now what is the probability that the accident E happens to a scooter rider E/E1? Probability of E/E1 is 0.02. What is the probability that the accident happens to a car rider? E2 is 0.06. And finally, what is the probability? Because this is probability only is given, probability of E/E3. A truck driver is 0.30. So since all the values are known, using Bayes' theorem, what is the formula? Please tell me. I have to find probability that the car driver meets with an accident. So probability of E2/E. So theorem of total probability. Probability of E1 into probability of E/E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of E/E2 plus probability of E3 into probability of E3 into probability of E/E3. And what am I supposed to find? E2. So it's going to be probability of E2 into probability of E/E3. E2. So simply put the value. What is E2? Probability of E2 is 1 by 6 into what is probability of E slash E2 is 0.06 divided by, you can directly use a calculator to get the value. Probability of E1 is 1 by 3 into 0.02 plus 1 by 6 into 0.06 plus 1 by 2 into 0.30. So when you simplify this, you will get 3 by 50 as your answer. So this is how you are going to solve a question on Bayes theorem. So as you can see, now I guess it's clear that when to use Bayes theorem. My dear students, 3 events will be given and a common event will be given. So if they tell you to find the probability of the common event, then we use theorem of total probability, which we have already discussed in the previous class. But if they say that the common event has occurred and you have to find the probability of either E1 or E2 or E3, then we use this particular theorem, and this particular theorem is called Bayes theorem. Is that clear? Okay, so this is done. Now I'll do one last question. The entire PDF I'll be sending it to you, so you just see the question from there. Okay. Question number ISC 2015, a bit difficult one. Last question, 2015. So I just read the question. Box 1 contains, there are 3 boxes. Box 1 contains 2 white and 3 black. Box 2 contains 4 white and 1 black, and box C contains 3 white and 4 black. So 3 contains, okay, so E1 is box A, E2 is box 2 and E3 is box C, the third box. A die having 3 reds, 2 yellow and 1 green face is thrown to select the box. If a red, so that means there is a die which has 3 reds and 2 yellow and 1 green. So normally I just tell you the change in the question. In the previous case, the probability of E1 was 1 by 3. That means to select the 3 boxes, the probability was 1 by 3, because out of 3 I had to choose 1. But which box is being selected is being decided by the dice now. Is that clear? So it is given that so to select the box, a dice has been thrown. If red face turns up, we pick box 1. That means probability of E1 is box 1. So when do I pick box 1? When you get a red face. Is that clear? So red face, and when E1 is box 1, so I just write down, you pick this box when you get a red face in a die. And E2 box 1, if yellow, then box 2, and then green box 3. Okay. We draw a ball from the second selected bag. If the ball drawn is white, that means the common event is white. What is the probability that the dice had turned up with a red face? So which bag are you going to select if the dice gives a red face? That is E1. So they are asking us to find probability of E1 slash E. Is that clear? So let us start. So probability of E1. So in our dice there are 6 faces. Yes or no? So divided by 6. So when do we select box 1? When you get a red color. So how many red faces are there? 3. So it's going to be 3 by 6. That is 1 by 2. Probability of E2. So in a dice there are 6 faces. When will you select box B? When you get a yellow face. How many yellow faces are there? 2. So 1 by 3. And finally probability of E3. There are 6 faces. And when do you select box 3? When it's green. So there are only 1 green face. So in a dice there are 6 faces. So you are going to select first box when you get a red face. There are 3 red faces, and you're going to select box B when there is yellow and box C when it is green. So I hope you understood this. 3 by 6, 1 by 2, 1 by 3. Okay, now what is probability of E slash E1? That means a white color from box 1. White color, there are 2 whites, so 2C1 divided by total is 5, so 5C1, that is equal to 2 by 5. Probability of E slash E2, a white color from box B. White, 4 whites are there, so 4C1 divided by total is 5, 5C1, that is 4 by 5. And finally, probability of E slash E3, 1 by, how many whites are there? 3, so 3C1 divided by 7C1, total is 7, so you get 3 by 7. So you got all the values. So using Bayes theorem, write down the formula. Using Bayes theorem, what is it that I am supposed to find? The face that appears on the dice is red. So red means box 1. So I have to find probability of E1 slash E. So you know the formula, theorem of total probability. Probability of E1 into probability of E slash E1 plus probability of E2 into probability of E slash E2, and finally probability of E3 into probability of E slash E3. So see what do you get in the numerator? You get probability of E1 into probability of E slash E1, because you have to find E1. Is that clear? Now just put the value. What is probability of E1? Probability of E1 is 1 by 2 into probability of E slash E1. E slash E1 is 2 by 5 divided by, open bracket, probability of E1 is 1 by 2 into 2 by 5 plus probability of E2 is 1 by 3 into 4 by 5 plus 1 by 3 into 4, and probability of E3 is 1 by 6 into 3 by 7. You simplify this and the answer which you are supposed to get is 42 by 113. So this is how you solve a question on Bayes theorem. This is ISC 2015. I hope you have understood this. I want you all to revise this again, and if you have any problem you can WhatsApp me.